Hi, hi, can you hear me?
No, it turns out it
Hi, how are you?
wasn't working. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. It's 8 p.m. there, right?
Right. It doesn't get dark until like 11.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it like gets dark for a while and then it again there's light.
I didn't know that. It gets dark like I think around 7:30, 8-ish. But that's weird.
All right. It's really weird. Yeah, yesterday we were like me and my roommates were talking and then one of my roommates was like, okay, this is called a midsummer's night. Like it's not gonna be darker than this. And I see like the sun still in horizon and shit. I'm like, okay, this is
Wow,
new.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I need to come
Yeah.
to Canada, man. Wow, nice. Okay.
It's pretty
Um,
cool. Pretty nice.
Thank you so much for joining. Do you hear like water fountain background, ma? Do you
No, no, I
okay.
do not.
We just
Is
installed.
anything disturbing in my background? I don't know.
No, 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 nothing, nothing. Just making sure there's no technical issues before we get started. I already started recording, so I'm pretty sure this is all gonna go. So people are gonna learn something new that it doesn't get dark until 11 p.m. in Canada. Anyway, thank you for doing this. I just want to thank you for taking time out to do this. And I think this is a very, very important podcast, especially for me. But before we get started, why don't you just introduce yourself, what you do, where you're from, anything you want to throw in there, just brief introduction.
So my name is Samikshya and I'm from Nepal. Currently, I'm doing my master's in environmental economics and management. I live in British Columbia. It's a small city called Kamloops. Yeah, and I also run a blog, which is called Yeti Journals. It is a sustainability or mindfulness sort of blog. Just trying to keep up with that with like full-time school, part-time work, and a blog. Yeah, that's pretty about it. Yeah.
Thank you, Samiksha. So, today's podcast is going to be about insecurities, body positivity, and all that stuff. I know. So I honestly don't know how to get started because it's
Mhm.
just like so much stuff. So why don't you take the lead and
It's a lot actually. Even I have like thought about it. I mean, how to like go with the flow, how to like get started in talking about it, Vanita. But then yeah, it's just a lot, and there are so many aspects, and it's such multifaceted thing. कि सानो सानो कुरामा पनि there's there's a certain phase of insecurity on it, right? I
right?
mean, like just let's just like I'll just start with like right now. For an example, before this, to prepare for this, I like read stuff about on the internet. It wasn't very fruitful. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like put on some makeup and like feel good about it. And I'm gonna do this, right? So let's start from this. Just like so many times, let's say when we think like we feel beautiful Sunny with things like, okay, I'm gonna put a nice outfit, I'm gonna put a makeup on, and then we feel confident. And yes, it is confident. So many times we have to think about like where it came from. Suruma saying it comes from us not feeling good about our natural bodies or like our natural face or how it is. होइन अनि त्यो कुराहरू चाहिँ मलाई त्यस्तो लाग्छ कि a lot of it stems from insecurities, and it is mostly because everything we see in the real world, not so much, but we all are on the internet right now. जे कुरा पनि देख्छ, everything's on the internet. Like either you're like working, studying, or like you're on the internet. Like me, I am on the internet all the time, right? So internet ma चाहिँ you see filtered stuff, you see people like posting like एकदमै picture perfect stuff, you don't know it's face tuned or जे पनि हुन्छ, or these people just have like different resources and different lifestyle as yours, but you tend to compare yourself to them. अनि यस्तो कुराहरूबाट पनि धेरै नै I feel like, yeah, we feel less about ourselves, which is very, yeah, it's very real and it's very prevalent, and we're not doing much about it. Like at least your time and accountability, yeah, you know, just recognizing it like it's right there, and you should not let yourself be affected from it. So I think it's important. I think that's like the whole idea of what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Small,
Yeah,
yes.
you pretty much, I think, gave it a good start. But I know you talked about internet and how seeing different kinds of bodies, or let's say perfect bodies on internet, kinds of gives us all those insecurities, and it plays with our mind in a way.
Definitely.
But I think even before internet was here, and even before, like if we go back to our childhood, I remember people around us, the comments they passed, and the things that they said. All, I think it all kind of built up what we feel.
Exactly. Like there's this idea of a perfect woman who's like petite and tall and skinny, and anyone who is not that, उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ बच्चादेखि नै you're made feel कि you're not enough, or like you'll not be beautiful, or a certain clothing item that looks on that kind of body, like looks great on that kind of body, will not look good on you, and that's like basically ugly, right? And yeah, I think definitely I felt that a lot, especially because I'm very broad-shouldered. Like for Nepal, especially, I was a big girl and I was broad-shouldered. I've never been skinny all my life. Like conventionally like skinny beautiful woman idea. I've never been that. So it's just like the little things, you know. Even when my friends call me oh moti, it affects, because it might be put up there as a joke, but I do not take my body image as a joke. I'm already insecure about it. होइन अनि the thing यो कुराहरू चाहिँ एड हुँदै जान्छ कि जस्तै अब म लुगा किन्न गएँ होइन अनि you see there's just the you know like the fashionable lugaहरू जुन we like want to wear or whatever, we go to like this you know hip shop in town अनि त्यसपछि त्यहाँ गएर लुगा ट्राई गर्ने भनेर चाहिँ so many things, like 90% of the things did not fit my shoulders mostly, right? And it just felt like, you know, that I do not fit into like the idea of like being feminine or like in the idea of being beautiful. But yeah, it's a very big learning process. Yes, it's not everybody is the same, and it takes a lot of experiences. I need a lot of confrontation with yourself. No, you know, you're enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for sharing your story. You mentioned how people used to call you Moti and all that, and I've never been a fan of that. I mean, I have like asked people if they feel comfortable. I've seen like I've been a third person where one person has made a joke on another person, and I've actually like asked them if it's fine, and they said they're fine, but deep down I don't think they're fine, right?
Of course.
And I completely agree with you, and I don't agree with them. I condemn that behavior towards other people. But I think at least where it as a US Maza, I see there's a certain boundary people have, but
Exactly.
Nepal Mata used to call Moti, Kali, this, that, you know.
Exactly. Like, don't
just-
tell me. When I'm talking to people back home, like I'm catching up with relatives, the first comment they make is on like I've gained weight, or like I've lost weight, or like my skin looks a certain way, or you know, like your appearances more than like what I have been doing, or you know how my life is going on, what kind of struggles I'm facing, or whatever. Like त्यो कुराहरुमा चाहिँ अनि I figured कि it's not just about like being big person, also a little bit of a bigger person. I would not call myself a big person because I know that it would be like insulting to, there are bigger people out there, right? And skinny मान्छेहरूलाई पनि there is a certain idea कि are you anorexic भनेर भनेको त्यस्तो त्यस्तो चाहिँ सुन्दो रहेछ क्या मान्छेहरूले अनि it
You
makes
don't
them
eat enough, you should
on their
eat.
bodies. Exactly. Like the same thing. Like people always have something to say. Like people are always nosy about what you look like in general. I would say, yeah, I've seen that a lot actually. Coming from South Asia, why not? It's a culture.
Yeah. So just to share what I because we're just like pouring our heart out right now. So growing up, at home I never felt insecure, and I didn't even know like if I had any insecurities until I went like at like 7, 8 class theater. And I remember we had like so cultural club, my dance club. Then we had to take off our shoes and our like the pull-up socks and something like which go above your knee. And I remember like taking off my socks and going ahead, and I had made like some new friends, and I was the new student in that school. And two of my friends really laughed, and they said, "Oh my God, your calves are so big." And that was the first time. That was the first time I was like, I had never seen my calves like that. It's like,
In
oh
that
my
light.
God, what the hell? And I've just and I never liked them after that. But even when we think about, oh, your parents or like the outsiders, the elders, but we don't really realize that even our friends are saying these stuff to us. Okay?
Yes, yes.
I just think it's a cycle, maybe somebody else commented on something that they have or didn't have, and
Mhm.
it's just really sad. And I
They're just
remember,
putting it forward, of
yeah,
course.
putting it forward. And
Exactly. It was the same thing, especially with my shoulders and arms. My arms are big. Even when I was skinny up to a point like high school skinny, my arms were big. I never had the guts to wear a sleeveless t-shirt, And I really wanted to, but it just made me feel so bad. Like I felt ugly. And I'm just trying to like push myself through it. Like it's saying, you know, I always had like clothes that are like a couple of sizes smaller. One day I'll fit into this one. Just a brain match a dream just okay. And when I look a certain way, I'm gonna wear this one. That's a brain match just that these days, like I just put myself out from there and brought myself here, and like I'm in a place in a very nice place right now, working on myself and everything. And
yeah,
I feel no, I'm never going to look like a model because I'm not one, right?
yeah,
Life is about looking a certain way, like that is what is all about, and my life is not about that. Even if it doesn't look like that, if I want to wear a skirt, I should wear a skirt, or I should not have the idea that unless you're skinny you should not like wear something, or look a certain way, go somewhere, eat certain things, just like things like that. Yeah, you really need to push yourself and unlearn things.
when do you think all this started? Like, when was the first time you felt
I think
insecure?
for me, I think it was around like when I was probably like 12 years old-ish. So like class 6, 7,
Mhm.
when that's when actually like you start being conscious about yourself around the world, and you see your friends and you compare yourself to them. Those were my arms mostly. I just saw that sleeveless लुगा लगाउँदा चाहिँ कस्तो टोन देख्छ नि सबैको आर्म्स होइन. It never looked like that, my arms. And I always wonders why it doesn't look like that. And then I realized they were big, so they don't like they're jiggly or whatever, and they don't look like that. And this but it just creeped in me कि it doesn't look good. And like of course people made comments on it like, oh तेरो हात त मेरो दुईटा हात जत्रो छ. Things like that. People say like,
Yeah.
joke, but it's really not, because it's hurting me, right? I'm not gonna
Mhm.
like straight away right out just defensive about it, because it's not cool in a way to be
Yeah.
with your friends also. I think that, and later it was mostly my skin though. When I was in class 8, I started breaking out like ekdam dherai. I mean, it was all over my face, like mero
Yeah.
gala, nidharma, ani everywhere. And then, I did weird stuff to my face. I put toothpaste, I put like, turmeric, whatever, like cinnamon, honey, whatever the internet said, honestly. My brother was like so young, and he asked me, Didi, tapale face ma masala kina launu?
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And I just put it through so much stress, and I just vented it out to my mom, and I was like, Mom, this is not working out for me. She took me to a doctor, and I had like medicine. So it's completely normal for teenagers to break out, right?
Yeah. I still break out. I don't know why, but
I break out. So these days I have not been I've been like investing in a skincare thing. Like it's been a while, but I have figured out what makes me break out and what not. So I just tried whatever, and I just put my skin through so much stress in the process. It just went bad. I'm no moisturizer लगाउन डराउने, sunscreen लगायो भने बिग्रिन्छ, चिप चिप हुन्छ, like certain things like that. And then also the खाएपछि it went and it came back again, like my 9-10 class moment. And after that I was like, okay, I need to learn to live with it, and I need to find other ways if I don't want it, but still picking on it, and people are like, wash your face regularly.
like, what do you think? I just came to school without washing my face. Like that's so it makes sense.
You know what I use? I can like show you my counter, like stuff that I do to my face or whatever. And the unhealthiness thing, whenever like someone looks at you, like you see like the scars on your skin, and other people don't. Mostly you look at the mirror and you see all the scars, and it makes me feel insecure. Yeah, this is the कुरा, like just like the मैले सुरुमा भने जस्तै I do a skincare routine. I don't have, this is a time when I don't have acne, it changes over the months. The cycle is a good time for my skin, right? Like a week later I'll have like 4-5 pimples here and there, but it doesn't bother me that much. And I realized, when I do a consistent skincare routine, it's been like more than a year, 1 year and a half. I take care of myself. In the process, I've realized that just taking care of yourself, feeling confident. I need to know that you take care of your insecurity, your beauty standard. That's I think you have your privilege check, just your accountability check. So feel
Yeah. Talking about acne, I've struggled with acne all my life, and anyway, I think when I started having acne at first, I didn't care. I was kind of like a tomboy, or I slam a little bit, but I was like, I didn't care about anything. I washed my face, but I never even like put cream on my face or anything. I didn't care. I was kind of a little rebellious that way. And then my mom was the one who was like, oh, put this, put that. And she was the one who put all kinds of medications on my face. And I didn't really care about anything. But I didn't really care. But I think around, it was in grade 11 or 12, I can't remember. And then one of my friends said, this was a guy, and he said, you're really, really beautiful, but you would be so much more beautiful if you didn't have pimples on your face.
Exactly. People say that.
And then I was like, and I think around the same time, another guy, I think we got into a fight or something, and he said something about my face and about my pimples. And I was like, okay. that's when like it really hit me. And before that, I had been, people told all sorts of things about my face. But at that point, I was like, oh my God, I don't know, hormones or something, because some guy told me, I don't know, that might be the reason.
It happens. Like when other people point it out, it's like, oh my God, why have I not?
Yeah. And then
like start to notice it. And
it was just growing up, aunties, uncles, everyone was like, oh my, what's wrong with your face? Nothing. And then I think that hit very differently, because they connected it to beauty in some way. And you would say you were beautiful, but you would so much more beautiful if you didn't have pimples. And I think that's the point when I started having, like, I was like, okay, I have pimples. What do I do? I mean, as you said, like aloe vera, this, that, and I remember going to the doctors as well, and I put some cream in there, and as you said, as long as you put it like kind of suppresses that. But again, because it's not just about the skin, it's about hormones as well, right?
And it's about like holistically taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It also pimples don't mean like you're unhealthy also.
Exactly.
Your skin,
exactly.
Right?
I remember I had one teacher, she was like my computer teacher in grade 7. Yeah, grade 7. And she was like, I think we were talking about food and all that stuff, and she said I love mangoes, and I don't have as many right now, but I was obsessed with mangoes all my life, like in the US, because
Right.
they don't have any good ones here.
Mhm.
So I was obsessed with mangoes. I used to eat a lot of mangoes. I think we were having conversations around this, and she comes to me and she said, I think she kind of announced in front of the class, everyone was listening. She was like, you shouldn't eat so many mangoes, and maybe that's the reason you're breaking out. I'm like,
Oh
what?
shit.
Like she said like, oh, it like tilly garmi huncha, or like if huncha, skin burns. I was
Right,
like,
right, right,
what
right.
the hell?
People have their own theories. Like people have their own.
I know. I mean, I didn't change my food habits after that. I didn't stop eating mangoes, or I didn't uh care about removing my acne in any way. But I think it was important enough for me to remember this long, so it's
Mhm.
just,
It just hits you sometimes.
yeah, it
अब
just hits me.
mangoes कहिले याद आउँछ कि त्यो कुरा.
Yeah,
मलाई त्यस्तै हुन्छ.
yeah,
Doing something, it crosses you because it affected you in a certain way, right?
it
So, or
does.
it affects your confidence a lot.
It does a lot. And
Because I loved public speaking, right? Anima mostly pachi pachi say it just stopped. Okay. And even Sana Sana हुने बेलामा I used to love sports, like smaller sports, like skipping ropes. It's just my
running
first
around.
because they're like घरमा देखिरहेको हुन्छ तर पछि पछि I stopped running and just like आफ्नै body conscious भएर हो जस्तो लाग्छ कि अहिले when I
Mm,
go like maybe I can't run fast or you stop doing things you love because of certain insecurities कतिपय कुरामा like pictures and you don't want to be on pictures if you are insecure about yourself. Yeah,
I
there's a
went through.
rooted thing.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I finished it.
Oh,
Like there's
okay. So I went through
yeah.
that phase. I think 2019. I was like, I'm a little chubby now, but I was like really huge. I don't know what happened. I was just eating very unhealthy. I was I guess I was doing a lot at the same time, and I survived on fast food basically, and
Right,
I
right,
got
right.
really I don't want to show the picture right now, but I'll probably share it afterwards. I was really really fat at the time.
Mhm.
I think that was the only period, and this was around 4 or 5 months when I was at my unhealthiest. And I
Mhm.
think that's when I did not want to take pictures, and then that's when I realized something is wrong with me. And then I have already shared this on multiple podcast
Mhm.
episodes, but I'm going to share it again. In during the COVID time, I did a lot of exercise, and I did intermittent fasting, and I lost around like almost more than 10 kgs in like 2 months. I don't even know if that was good or not, but
Mhm.
I don't know kiki banna, but if there's a fine line between being like unhealthy in a way, not feeling like you don't belong to that body, and making yourself feel better, but it's just so hard to tell. Okay, should I just be who I am and just not care,
Exactly.
or
Am I
or
trying
should
to
I
change?
or
Yes.
should I change? And
Mhm.
there's no one good thing. Like when I was heavy, people were like, "Oh, you've gained weight," and when I tried to lose weight, and when I lost the weight, they were like, "Sunny," started judging like, why couldn't you just be happy with what you were? I mean, it's just,
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
But for me at
Like
that
people
time,
just have something to say all the time.
yeah, but for me at the time when I looked at the mirror, I was like, this is not the body I belong to, Sunny. And I I was doing good, but then after I moved cities, and after I moved cities, I again have started gaining weight, and we will see how that goes. Let's see how much more weight I'll gain.
Yeah, it's more about like if you're comfortable in your body, it's all good, but it's all about like having that pursuit. Okay? Not to I'm like, oh, there's so much to say in this. Magical insecurities are about to say, like even like there's a capitalist agenda on insecurities, right? Maybe we were told through advertisements, okay,
Exactly.
you're not enough. For example, last year Fair and Lovely को एकदम big issue भयो चाहिँ Glow and Lovely बनाएको थियो नि हैन, because they promoted like white skin or whatever, but
Yeah.
that is what it was like millions of South Asian women looked up to Fair and Lovely and being fair, and it's still there. जब I hear so many incidences कि मान्छे चाहिँ this was what my last roommate was talking about like last night. Okay, she has her friend in the US who's doing a PhD, and she's like looking for a partner for getting married, you know. And then of course she will look into someone who matches her background, understands her, and he also is as competent as her because she has done this much in life, right?
Yeah.
But every man who is doing a PhD wants a fair skinned thin girl, you know, like there is this idea around ki you're not beautiful enough, even though she is like such a nice person, like she's done so much for herself. So competent मान्छेहरूलाई पनि त राम्रै छैनस्, you're not beautiful enough भन्ने कुराले चाहिँ कस्तो affect गर्छ कि यसलाई कति कमर्सियलाइज पनि गर्छन् कि, like even companies, like why are we being sold makeup, like why are we being sold, you know, things.
Yeah.
सबैभन्दा ठुलो कुरा, I think it's like very big in the Westमा, you are being sold like fillers and Botox and injections and any like your lips need to be like Kylie Jenner or like whatever, you know.
Yeah.
They're not good, like your nose is too big, you know, and nobody's nose is going to be like a standard size.
What's the standard size? There's no standard
I
size.
have no idea. Like,
yeah, there's no standard
I
size.
really had a big problem with my nose, but I see like a lot of problems. People have a big problem with their nose. Like, I want to get like a nose job. It's like a really big thing, or like even a butt lift, or it's so big, right?
Yeah.
Certain way. अनि त्यो कुराले चाहिँ यो त एकदमै $1 billion market भइसक्यो के, and then escaping from it, and you have to like teach yourself कि हैन you're just being swayed away by the marketing so many times.
Yeah, I wish people, but I was you don't know, like I don't know if you know Shruti Hassan, the Indian actress.
Yes,
I was
yes.
watching, I think, her interview podcast, and she said she had done, I think, a lip job or something, and she openly admitted it. And I think she said there's nothing wrong in doing it, but she says she doesn't support people who do it and then lie about it, because then people think that that's how they are naturally, and that kind of gives big false hope to young girls, I guess. But I support neither. I would say, like, Sunny, even by doing it, you're saying that something is wrong with it. And if you have privilege and the money, then you might as well do it. Yeah.
Ekdam elitist concept, okay? Like things are presented to you as a choice, like it's a choice, it's my choice, okay? But there's nothing wrong with like how people already look, right?
Yeah.
So it should not, but I know it's most of it is marketing, and you know it's almost all the time against women.
You know, yeah. I just don't know. I do a little bit of skincare. I'm on and off. Sometimes I forget to wash my face. I'm being super honest with it. I'm not gonna act like I do everything. But if I'm really tired and like I feel like my legs are gonna fall off if I have had like a 5-hour drive back home, then I might just doze off and then wake up just the next day. I'm not super perfect that way, but I just don't know if the way, at least skincare industry, I think it's booming. So many people are more and more aware about skincare. I don't know if that's a good, sometimes scary to me. So every time, like skincare channels, I mean, they have like something to review every week, like
all the time, right? It's so much in the market.
Yeah, and then this, that, and even basic things you need. I get it, but like there's like hundreds and hundreds of things that these people have, and it's not. I don't think it's good.
And then the thing is like they get it for free, and if they review and like
just sponsor it,
trying to sell it to people, right? So it's one thing to be like informed about things and this, but you see what it works for you. It's another thing to like just push it on to people.
Yeah.
I review skincare. Here's my new skincare line. Buy from me.
Yeah. And
at the end, this thing like it's not even YouTube. We see and everything.
And I said this to someone. I'm gonna mention like who that person was, and I think I told them about like maybe you should put some cream on, like you'll get like wrinkles and all that stuff. And that person said, so what's so bad about wrinkles? And it's just a part of aging. And I was like, oh my god,
programmed kid.
Yeah. And then I never thought about wrinkles that way. I understand if your skin is too dry, if it's really like it's any harming, if it's sketchy, I understand you put something in, but then like stopping wrinkles, reversing age, look 10 years younger, look 20 years younger. Like, why do you want to look 20 years younger? You look your age. What's wrong in that? And it's just, again, all marketing and that Fair and Lovely thing. Wow.
It affected me a lot because that was during COVID. And during COVID, we're like all on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And it was this big issue. And I know like people are pushed skin, even in Nepal. If you are a little darker skin, Nepal, we have a variety of skin colors, right? There are
Yeah.
people fairer than you always, and there are people who are darker than you always. And कोही मान्छे अब कालो लाइक अब कस्तो भन्नु पनि अप्ठ्यारोलाई लाइक समन डार्कर लाइक कालो मान्छे भन्छौँ नि हामीले कालो मान्छेको प्रशंसा गर्यो भने पनि के इभन इफ वी से लाइक this person who has a darker skin is beautiful के कस्तो चलन हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि कालो भए पनि कस्तो राम्रो छ भन्ने के
My mom says that sometimes, and I
there's this thing
it's like default मान्छे राम्रो नहुने भने
राम्रो कालो भयो भने पनि कस्तो राम्रो भनेर
which is not good.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Yeah, it's like by default you're supposed to be not beautiful, but still you are
like exception or something. But
yeah,
got that a lot. Like even being hairy, like women, like what's wrong with hair, right? Like my legs are hairy almost all the time, unless I feel like I wanna shave them sometimes. You know, there's this big like it's dirty or whatever. Like everybody has hair. Rarely people who don't have hair still like, oh my god, hair on you. Are you wearing a skirt? You should probably shave your legs. You know,
somebody tells me that they're gonna pay for me.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna do that. I am gonna do that if I feel like it, but I'm not just because.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the hair. I don't know. I think त्यो हामीले देख्दा देख्दा नि हुन्छ नि आफै नै uncomfortable भइसक्यो हुन्छ नि. So like maybe I won't shave my underarms when I'm at home, but if I'm wearing a sleeveless, then I will shave my underarm because that's how I have been already programmed. It's gross. So I don't know. I hope like 100 years down the line.
This is actually World War Gillette marketing.
I saw that. Yeah,
I read about it.
Because men
they were not selling enough razors, so they just sold razors to women.
To women, yeah. I was coming to the next part actually. Do you think women are more scrutinized when it comes to body image issues and all that? And having said that, I know Joe Rogan, I have very conflicting thoughts or opinion about Joe Rogan. And I was watching a clip and he was like, why are women so much? And like, if you see a man in a six-pack physique, men are not going to go bitch around about that's not right representation. They'll be okay with it. And I don't know why women are like doing the exact opposite. If there's a model with a perfect body, then just let her be. Why do you care about representation, all that stuff? And I was like, because women are scrutinized all the time.
Of course, like
that was
exactly. I've never seen they've been like left. They felt left out because of their body images. I've never felt so. Like my experience. There might be people, of course.
I think there are some, but like
not
as much.
Not as much. You ask every woman who has a little bit of extra fat on her skin, they have been made feel less in their lives. So if you are critical of people, of course people are going to like react to it, right? If you're going to like, if हाम्रो like the whole world would not be like, oh my god, this is the perfect body, यस्तो body भएको मान्छे, like यस्तो body भएको मेरो girlfriend भयो त भनेर, for example, like कसैले भने, it makes a little bit of a difference, right?
Right.
Men don't see things like that. Mostly in relationships, partnerships, I think women are more about other stuff in life. Like, like menले चाहिँ कतिपय चाहिँ यो राम्री छ यो राम्री छैन, like उसको ass यस्तो उसको boobs. We never do that. I have never talked about a man's
I agree
body parts with a woman even.
I agree with you.
Oh my god, look, he's so hot, this body part must be like that one, but it is a casual topic between men. Right?
I agree with that.
It's everywhere. How would it not affect us? You are pushed to be or to look a certain way, like almost all the time. For example, how I see कोही मान्छे अलि राम्री भएर आयो के भएर आयो भने म कलेजहरु जानु ओहो कता जान लाग्यो यस्तो राम्री भएर भनेको जस्तो के हुन्छ नि, how you appear भनेको कुरालाई चाहिँ it's associated so much like with you, okay? भने
Mhm.
seen like hygiene is very important to me. I have seen like men like with dirty nails and stuff, like they come to the university, blah blah blah, like back home, like back in Nepal, and nobody like cared shit about how they looked, right? But yeah, maybe that's why like women are more scrutinized and it affects women more. It's just the whole system anyway, right?
Yeah, just another form of misogyny, patriarchy, whatever you want to
Right.
call it.
It's just another form of oppression.
Okay, let's see what we talked about. Haven't. I really want to talk about Runsani. I don't know. I'm just probably hating on like all my past friends. I know, Tara. How did you deal with it when people made? I mean, I am no longer friends with anybody who tried to tap into my insecurities, who tried to call me names.
Mhm.
Like, how did you handle it?
For me, I'm just upfront that this is my insecurity. Don't talk about it. And if they talk about it, it's a red flag. That's
Yeah.
how I handle it now. But before, when I was younger, it was more about like doubting myself on it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I would like believe on other people rather than myself. And it took me a lot of my adult years to unlearn that. उनीहरूले भनेको र उनीहरूले देखेको म त होइन नि त होइन you are how you feel or who you are भन्ने कुरा त्यस्तो कुरामा चाहिँ yeah right now I'm like if someone makes a joke about my body like don't make a joke about my body, it's my insecurity, you should not
Yeah.
anyway you should not
Right.
joke about people's bodies. Like maybe once I'll tell them that, if it's another time I'll just like learn about this person,
Yeah.
learn
So
a new thing about you or something.
yeah, I don't know why, but I've just growing up, I just think women are very critical of other women, I've shared this. I don't know how, like we've just been raised that way or something. We're just critical of
Yeah.
other women. I mean, I
Mhm.
personally, I hope I have not. I don't have. I've personally like, especially. I mean, I have had fights, of course, and I don't like many, but I personally haven't attacked anyone's looks per se. And so maybe I've had problems with them, but I've been around a lot of women, or I've seen a lot of friends who were girls who had like who passed very questionable comments about other girls. And so why do you think that is? Like, why do you think women like judge other people's looks so much?
I think it's more because we are like held against each other. Okay. I'm just gonna like theorize it a little bit. How how we say about women are not given a space at the table, our voices are not heard भन्ने, even if अब यो यस्तो टोकनिजम छ कि जुनै पनि कुरामा के जहाँ पनि if there is a table of 8 people and 7 people are men and there's 1 woman, right? If another woman comes like is to come, she has to replace the woman that's there. It's usually just 1 seat reserved for a woman.
Right.
So अनि त्यो भएर चाहिँ we just like put against each other a lot कि एकदम compete गर्नुपर्ने, you are prettier than this person, you are better than this person, even intellectual maybe like in a lot of ways, right? There are so many like representation matters भनेर we are trying, the world is trying, तर there's so many times के for example अब हाम्रो कलेजमा एउटा केटी छ अरे यो त कलेजको सबसे राम्रो केटी भन्यो अरे हैन, and there's another girl that comes and then people will be like will put her against her के हैन कि यो राम्रो and of course it causes a rift. Like I have not like seen like men being there, but women almost always like यो भन्दा यो राम्रो यो भन्दा त्यो राम्रो, like compete against each other भन्ने एउटा idea चाहिँ I have always seen that. And also it's more like internalized misogyny also किनभने we we inherit generational trauma. We've inherited some from our mothers have inherited some from our grandmothers, and it's always been like live to please a man, like make your husband happy, like make your father happy first, and you get married, and then like you're like an asset to a household, like you're bit of our family, like you just put on a pedestal and still like objectified. Okay, अनि त्यो हुने बेलामा चाहिँ हुन पनि हो अब you don't have तपाईँले लेख्न पनि आउँदैन पढ्न पनि, like talk about my grandmother, she never knew how to read and write. She definitely like maths गर्न अलिअलि आउँछ होला तर she does not know big maths because she's never been taught, she's never been sent to a school हैन. There are people who are saying कि के अरे केटी मान्छेले पढ्यो भने बोलाउँछ भनेर हैन. अनि she doesn't, like now she can't afford, she doesn't have a bank balance, she cannot open a bank account, she cannot go somewhere and find a job and like be on herself हैन. अनि when she's inheriting property, like okay, एउटा मान्छेको चाहिँ दुईटा छोरा एउटा छोरी छ भने चाहिँ the छोरी will never like get money, or even like दुईटा छोरी एउटा छोरा छ भने चाहिँ everything goes to the छोरा, like they are the ones who inherit, and you always have to be like dependent upon other man. अनि त्यो कुरामा चाहिँ अब you have to like live to please a man in your life, whoever it be, but a male figure.
So just dependency, because
like
they're constantly dependent.
Any what they think is like what it is. Okay. You have to believe it because you live to please this person, they provide for you and everything, right? And the concept like so you just like women try to be critical of themselves so that like they can be like competition to like duita boy the dai is providing everything one and say you want to be a favorite or something, like naturally if you're only like you have a father, you have two daughters, and a son, like a son is like separate, like that is a little weird of an example. Like you have a father who provides, right? A father को favorite हुन पर्यो, उलाई जसरी उलाई तिमीले प्लिज गर्यो भने चाहिँ उले चाहिँ ओहो आई लाइक ए त किन मोटाको भन्यो रे के भन्यो भने चाहिँ you try to like be nice in their eyes. Okay,
that's so messed up.
Yeah, you're just like competing against each other. Like this might not be the best example.
I think it's very good example. Because I remember my mom telling me. So my mom had like I think 5 siblings. So they were a family of like 6 children. And I remember my mom telling me how her elder sister was favorite of the elder brother. So like they were. She had 2 elder brothers and 1 elder sister. So both of the elder brothers were in the favor of my mom's sisters, and they like they like
just opportunities, maybe the resources available to you, like whatever resources, you know, the freedom. Like म त्यहाँ जान्छु भन्यो भने म तसँग जान्न भन्दै दाइरी भने त जानै पाएन नि त.
Yeah, it's so simple.
हैन म त्यहाँसम्म जान्छु जान्न दाइ भन्दाखेरि म तसँग जान्न भन्ने जान भने you have to like keep them happy भन्ने एउटा concept.
So simple कुरा man, it's just so messed up and
exactly
it's really
right.
sad. But yeah, I think
the narrative is definitely changing. You inherit some any system ma kati subtle areas ma huncha ki jastै कि like talking about like a man and a woman, like why अब कसैको छोरा बाहिर पढ्न जान लाग्यो भने कस्तो आइडिया हुन्छ र कसैको छोरी पढ्न जान लाग्यो भने कस्तो आइडिया हुन्छ नि. छोरी जान लाग्यो भने कोसँग बस्छ, कहाँ बस्छ, के गर्छ हैन, लाइक युर कन्सर्न. अनि त्यो एउटा आइडिया चाहिँ छ के नेपालमा, ओहो एक्लै जान लाग्यो. बट when a man is going, nobody is going to say कि त एक्लै जान लाग्यो भनेर कि कोसँग बस्छस्, के गर्छस्, figure it out भन्दैछ कि every like if I am capable of coming, I am capable of figuring it out too, right?
Exactly.
They just don't.
Girls do it much more better,
much better
like, compared to like what I've seen. They can cook for themselves. They can do their own shit. They're much more capable of handling themselves rather than men. That's what I've seen a lot. So it should be the opposite. The narrative should be the opposite, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know? They should be asked. Do you know how to cook? Have you ever done your own laundry?
Right.
Have you ever like when you clean the room? That should the questions men should be asked. I think.
Of course.
Kind of ironic.
I know. It's just how society looks at men and women. Even like in the institution of marriage, it's always shown as like women get security and everything. But no, like, have you seen like the older generation of working women? They did everything in their house and they went to work. They took care of children.
That's my mom's story, basically. Yeah.
Like every woman who has worked in their life. Was older, right? There's no concept. Timro husband office your husband will sit in the couch and you will go to the kitchen to prepare dinner.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's quite sad that I realized it really late in life, because
Right.
that was like that was how I grew up, and that's what I saw like everywhere. So
You
I
think
didn't see
it's
anything.
normal, of course.
Yeah, I didn't find anything wrong with that. My mom and dad went to work,
Yeah.
came back at the same time. My dad would just go sleep in his bed, and my mom would start preparing meal for us, and that was just normal. I didn't find anything there's any questionable there, and
I think that's
that's
so cool.
sad. That's really
I
sad.
know. This so I think this is also like one thing about image. Okay, since we're like talking about image, your mother's like the superheroes one
Oh my God, I just hate when,
everything.
like
Yeah.
when I just look back and this, especially the
Mm.
Nepali kitabma, like matri, this, that, they were like
Yeah.
glorifying. So like, why does it even have to come to a point where we're glorifying someone's pain? Like, I think it should be the other people helping.
Because we're benefiting from the unpaid labor.
Yeah, not us. I mean,
Like to be honest, like the whole system is benefiting from the unpaid labor. From no,
yeah,
तिमी गाह्रो छ र खाना बनाउन र घर सफा गर्न, then why don't you do it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, why don't you do it?
And then we'll talk about it, right? Is this the even that same even and even after that, there's always a pressure of like being presentable. Okay, even like even for mothers, बाहिर जाने भयो भने हो सारी सारी लगाएर रेडी पनि हुनु पर्यो हुन्छ नि,
Yeah,
हुनु पर्यो, प्रेजेन्टेबल पनि हुनु पर्यो. ओहो.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just my earlier when I talk to my mom, when I call my mom, and I am very like I mean, I do things that I have to do. I'm very goal oriented that way, but sometimes I'm a mess since I don't take care of my hair. I don't wear nicest clothes sometimes, and mom is like, "Honey, like you're like a lady now." And like, of course, in Nepali language, I'm probably like butchering it during the translation, but she's like, "Oh, you're like a lady now. You should, so you like put some makeup on, dress nice, and all that." But that's good. Again, it comes back to like, what am I doing this for? Who am I
Right.
doing this for? And so like, why can't I just
Exactly.
be myself? And of course, I'm not gonna wear like pair of joggers or shorts when I'm giving presentation. Of course, that's not happening. But I gotta just be myself. So Naksa, and on the other hand, I'm like taking care of yourself, भनेको के हो के? Like taking care,
Exactly.
like is I'm happy if I'm happy not doing my hair, not putting like makeup on, not wearing jewelry, to taking care of myself, okay? Just getting like out of bed, doing my
Zabardasti
skin.
just because people
Yeah,
say you do
yeah.
a certain thing.
अनि like routine build up पनि गरेर होइन, स्किन केयर गर्ने, मेकअप गर्ने, and I feel nice हुन्छ नि. So
Mm.
त्यो के भन्ने के like I feel nice eventually, but is that actually me feeling nice हुन्छ नि? That's
Exactly.
my
This
biggest
is like a
question.
this is like a discipline. Okay, like at the end हुन्छ नि, त्यो मान्छेले बानी बनाउँदै जाने जस्तो कुराहरू.
Yeah, and yes,
Not
when
necessarily a good thing though. Like if you feel completely secure, like completely happy, completely confident, why should you do it? Like there's
yeah,
no necessity for it. Like on the other hand, like again, like this is presented to us as a choice when it really isn't. On a bigger picture level.
it could,
Mm.
I'm so sorry. That was my cat. So sorry, my
Oh, how
cat.
are cats doing, by the way?
Oh, they're good. They're very good. They're getting along finally. Pretty
Um,
sure you know everything. I put
I've
everything on
never I've
Instagram.
never had pets, but I really like, you share things.
Yeah, I never had pets ever, and this is like my
Uh-huh.
first experience and quite
Yeah,
a
I
good
hear
one.
that cats do whatever they want to do. Is it true?
Yeah, almost. But they love you. They love you. There's like this big whole concept that
Mhm.
cats are mean and cats are this, they have attitude, but it's nothing like that. You just have to earn their trust, and they love you like anything.
Yeah, that sounds good,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah. Anyway, we're digressing here from the topic.
Right.
Um, what else should we talk about? Talked about commercials. I know we talked about. I mean, just again coming back to your skincare and all that, and like I don't know why. I don't even know why I feel that way sometimes. Okay. I remember I met someone like a girl, a bigger girl, and she was I think much heavier than I was at that time. And I told her I'm trying to be fit, I'm trying to lose some weight, and she looked at me and like, seriously? And I thought I had offended her a little bit. And I was like, I didn't realize, yeah, because I had been saying that to every person I'd met, because at that time I was trying to
Exactly.
exercise and all that. I didn't realize, and I was like, why am I even worrying about this? But then I look at the mirror and then I compare my photos and Sunny over the months. I'm like, oh, my face is getting chubbier. I see a little tummy here and Sunny, and it's so relative. Okay? So maybe somebody who is a little skinnier than me might find themselves fat. It's so relative, and
You find yourself fat all the time. Ki mata, even when I was in high school, I thought I was fat. And I look back now, I'm like, okay.
exactly. That's my
Like,
story.
you
When
should be like the most confident person in the world. You look gorgeous, okay?
I know. And when I was in school, all my school life, people called me fat, and I was like,
Mhm.
I didn't
Even,
feel
yeah.
I didn't feel fat. And
Mhm.
I think plus two, my aunt, nobody called me fat. Okay? I don't know why people hated me hated me when I was in school. And plus two, 11 to a month, nobody called me fat. People people found me beautiful for some reason. A whole like my whole school life, I thought I
I
wasn't
think
beautiful.
it was like, especially like Ami, 11 to a point house, it was very supportive. Like,
And then I was there like
it was
I don't know.
nice, and people were more concerned about like your intellectual qualities rather than how
Yes, and yeah,
everything.
and I mean, when I was like school on, and people actually used to call me fat and stuff, and then like plus two, man, nobody actually thought I was fat, and I was like, this is shocking. And
Right,
I remember telling someone like, people used to call me fat, and they looked at me like, you fat? And I was like,
right.
never. I mean, I came here and I gained so much weight, and I'm like, that was not fat. That was like the healthiest I was. But
Right.
I don't know why people. I think people just like sadistic society. Just like people just want
I
to
think
have.
it's more about like feeling better about themselves. के आफ्नो confidence नभएपछि चाहिँ अर्को कसैलाई केही नराम्रो भनेर चाहिँ
Yeah,
like feeling better. Like a lot of people have that toxic trait and they don't know it's not their fault. It's just how it is. You just beat it on someone else. You judge someone else who does things a different way than you do, and you just say things to someone who doesn't look the way you do, and you just feel better about yourself or something.
yeah. I think after this call,
It
I'm
is
gonna.
literally everywhere. It not just like body image. जे कुरामा पनि देख्छ, जे कुरामा पनि people are just अर्को मान्छेलाई नराम्रो भनेर better feel गर्ने कुरा चाहिँ I see that a lot.
Yeah, but yeah, talking about that, I think I'm just gonna text some people after this call. I just had a bunch of realizations, like people who had called me stuff, and I just got them out. But I think I need to confront them now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and
If it
I
feels
did.
better for you, you should actually,
Yeah,
because
I've done it before,
for
but
so
not like
long.
full
Okay.
on
Right.
blowout. And I've done it before. I've confronted them, but not full on blowout. But I think I need to put my point very clearly now. And they're probably wondering why I cut them off, but I mean, they should know. I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
No, I think it's fine, and I have no problem. I have no problem cutting people out of my life if they are being
No, if
toxic.
people are toxic, it's nicer for them not to be in your life anyway.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, just stirred some emotions here. What else should we talk about? I have something culture one is notes ma. What do you want to talk about culture? I think we kind of touched upon that a little bit, but do you have anything to share about culture and all that stuff?
Like about culture, I think like related to like your culture and body images. Let me think. I definitely should have something to say about it. I love talking about these things.
Something. Sure. I don't know. I took
I
this
don't know.
notes when we had a call like a few
Yeah.
last days
Yeah,
ago.
Friday. Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm definitely sure we missed certain things that we wanted to talk about, but we covered a lot of other things as well. So
Yeah.
it out.
Do you have anything else to share? I think we covered a lot.
I think yeah, that would be it. Like I would just, you know, it's never going to go away. Like a lot of these things, you just
Mm-hmm.
need to learn how to manage and how to not make yourself feel bad about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, so many times when you show like signs of like loving yourself, some people are going to call you narcissists or whatever, just because you're confident about yourself, you're confident about who you are.
I've been called that.
Oh my God, I've been called, and it's narcissism means complete different thing. It's a
Exactly.
it's not loving yourself. It's not thinking. Everybody thinks highly of themselves, and if I do not think highly of myself,
Then
I
who's yeah.
wait for someone else to come and tell me that, oh my God, you were so this. Like I need to first believe that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need to believe certain things for me to become more confident. Since I've like done so many things on my own, I've like moved across the world on my own. But nobody can tell me shit. Like
I
I'm
know. I
capable,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about like learning that balance. कि जसले जे भन्यो भने,
Mhm.
I am who I am, and त्यो external validation भन्दा पनि अलिकति internal validation सँग चाहिँ अलिकति align हुन खोज्यो भने चाहिँ I think it helps with insecurities. So I think we fall prey of marketing all the time. It's
Mhm.
such a digital world. It's such like everybody's trying to get you money and push you to buy things you don't need.
Yeah.
Like that's the easiest way. You know,
Yeah.
you're not skinny enough, make your skin tight by this roller or something.
Yeah. I know. I know.
Telemarketing shit.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, I know like maybe half the people who are listening to this have probably been on the other side and who've said bad things about said bad things to other people. Maybe
Right.
they've contributed a situation where somebody's confidence went down or somebody
Like maybe even
doesn't.
I have.
Yeah,
Like
maybe even I have. Yeah. Knowingly or
maybe
unknowingly.
I have. Maybe I did not have the intention, or maybe sometimes I had the intention when I was younger. But I wouldn't mind if someone would confront me about it. I'm happy to apologize because I wouldn't want to do that to anybody else, right?
Right.
Would want to be accountable, and I would want to make things better for them, how I can contribute like right now, because I can't go in the past and take things away, because so many things I learned along the way. यो होइन कि 16-year-old me पनि यस्तै थियो भने त होइन नि त, त्यसपछि पनि कति कुरा सिक्दै गयो, मेबी अहिले गरेको कुरा पनि कतिपय कुरा सिक्दै सिक्दै जान्छ कि it's not good, it's like it's a learning process, होइन?
It's all about making yourself better.
It's about unlearning. So yeah, I think people should not be like so hard on themselves also. Like भन्छ अब मान्छेले मान्छेलाई भन्छ, but you should like just learn not to take it personally, a lot of things.
And I hope after this, people will not say bad things to other people. And
Right.
yeah, I think it's
Like
an everyday process.
some people, like at least one or two people, it would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice. And I think we should just also stand up for ourselves if we hear those comments and ask people to back off if they're crossing a boundary. And yeah, I know it's
With courage, you don't want to upset another person. Like that's a whole another conversation now. Like you don't want to upset another person or whatever, but what is wrong, and what affects someone is valid, right? Because it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, and for me, it's literally an everyday struggle right now. At the base, I'm gaining weight. I'm looking at the mirror. I'm like, who the hell is this girl?
I'm like, I try to be like, okay, I'm gonna go exercise. I have like a gym membership. Like, okay, just go sit on the treadmill and come back. Like, okay.
Yeah, and it's just
Make me feel fine with myself. I don't have to like go and lift weights. It's all right. It's all right. Just
Samikshya,
what makes you feel good about yourself.
I just remembered. Sorry to cut you off, but I just remembered what we discussed. What we discussed, I think, few months ago about this. And you remember how we discussed that? I know people are doing gym and all that. Everybody's life is very different, and maybe I don't have the energy and time to go to a gym and do.
Of course, right. Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I know, I almost feel like so many people on the internet going to the gym and doing all that stuff. Like, I feel bad that I'm not doing it. Okay, and why should I even feel bad about not doing it when that life doesn't fit in my schedule?
To you. Right.
It doesn't fit in my schedule. Then why am I feeling bad about it?
Oh, exactly.
It's just,
for me, even I used to be like, oh my God, I should lift weights, like make some muscles, like ketone and everything. But now, like I'm talking about today, like how I feel right now, right? I just want to be like, go run for a while and come back, That's, you want to do it, but don't like push yourself. Like, yeah, you want to like carry dumbbells and shit. You don't want to do that, clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just about feeling good about yourself in the end.
Yeah, I know, but it's just such. Maybe if somebody posted it in a gym picture, maybe somebody is being inspired and somebody else is feeling so bad. It
Right.
has such variety of effects on other people, and it's just yeah,
It's also like the state of mind that you're in, the situation that you're in, and how it makes you
yeah,
feel.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
The
exactly.
same thing, like people go to the gym, yeah, you go to the gym, but don't call like people who don't go to the gym, or like who are chubby, like you should get some discipline in your life, you need to go to the gym, it'll fix your life or whatever, like with sparkles. No, you should not do that. Like
Yeah, yeah,
that is the kind of values that I believe in. You want to do something, like do it for yourself, like don't push other people, and don't like try to push your ideas and values into other people's minds. Okay? This
exactly. I agree with that. And also, I think I'm very like self-praising person. I mean, like you said, it's any narcissism, whatever. I don't care what
Why
people.
not? I mean, who's gonna
Yeah,
do it, right?
yeah,
Everyone's so obsessed with
and
themselves.
I think and I really get happy when I literally praise myself, show off that I've done good. And said I feel happy. Then why? And as long as I'm not putting anybody else down, why should I feel
And
bad about
yeah,
it?
of course, and you deserve it also. You live by yourself. Like you built a life by yourself. You live away from family. Like who's
Right.
gonna take you? Like it's you in the end,
I
right?
know. I
Like you
know.
figured it out, and you just be that support system for yourself also. Yeah, like for me it is more about that. Even I get so frustrated sometimes, like what am I doing with my life, what's this, everything's a mess right now. And I just remember the 6 month old you, or like a year ago, or like 2 years ago, what would she think about it, like, and I would be happy, like when I like put myself through that conversation with myself. Like, it's a little introspection, but I think it's a good thing. And then I can like finally be in peace with myself. Okay, I'm doing this is like going good in my life, so I just
Yeah.
need to like just make myself more agitated about things that are not going good. Yeah.
I just remember something else. I know we're like probably. Is it like too late for you, or do you have a little bit
Oh
more
no,
time?
it's all good. I'm
Yeah,
loving.
I just remember
It's
something
probably
about.
like off the topic, but it's going really good. I
Yeah,
love.
you just mentioned about gym and all that, and I just remember like all these influencers. Okay, you know, do you think it's? I know
um,
I there's very
the
good
it
influencers.
girl lifestyle, or like that girl lifestyle, or like.
Yeah. I just
That-
do you think it has like a little bit of negative effect on people as well?
Of course it does. I think, personally speaking, of course I was charmed about this life. I am still charmed about this life. Who doesn't want to like drink mimosas on a Tuesday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
And like just go on brunches and things like that. But you just they're just trying to sell you things that they have the resources to do, and they have it's their life. That is for so many of us. Like, for example, we need to work to make a living. Like, we do not have like an apartment in a high rise that has everything in a walking distance, and you go on coffee runs, and you go to the gym run, and then you just come back, you make a matcha and drink, and then you wear a cute outfit, go to dinner. That's not our life, right? So
Yeah.
we're just trying to like multi-costellation, you're just trying to sell this dreams, and you push this. If you become this, it's like great, but no, not all of us have the resources to do it also.
Yeah.
We should like understand, like, and it's so different. We are like academic people. Like, I am a student. How am I going to do that, right? My priorities are different in life.
Mm-hmm.
Not always about having fun, because I believe academic validation means more to me so many times than other sorts of validation. So it's more about like how you prioritize yourself. Taro, yeah, of course, it takes a toll on you. Why not? Like, you see people having fun and you're not having fun, or whatever,
Yeah.
They're vacationing, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think it's also important to remind ourselves that I know some of the people who've been balancing and juggling a lot of things in life, but a lot of people that we see, all these influencers, YouTubers, or whatever you want to call them, the life they show, that's all they do, Sunny. That's all
Right.
they do. And
That
and
exactly
we can't just do what they're doing 24/7, but that's all they do. So that's take
right.
care of their body. They've like trainers, they like make clothes and all that. That's all they do.
That's their
That's not all
job.
we do. That's not all
Exactly.
we
We're
have.
not models. That's what I was saying. So we're not going to look like one, right?
Yeah.
Just yeah, the push, the expectations, and all the pushing of the image. Like if you look like this, then you are hot.
Mm.
Everybody will like you, or everybody will want you, or something. And then the inherent need of like being liked and wanted. We're all humans at the end, right? We just want to be nice and liked and wanted.
Yeah. That's all I have. I hope that's all. That's all I have.
Yeah, I
Like
think
nothing else pops
we
in my
will
mind.
do it another time as well. This was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Anything
Yeah.
else? Anything else you want to add?
I think yes, I have like said things that I wanted to say.
Okay.
Just do self-care, on external validation and internal validation. Like I'll just give it an example of this. I love getting flowers. There was this idea. I love getting dead plants, but I love getting flowers. But
Mhm.
I do not wait for someone to give me flowers. I buy them because you can buy your own flowers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Eating cakes, I don't wait for birthdays to eat cakes. Cakes can be eaten some other times as well. I just go out
Right.
there, get a cake and eat it. So yeah, you have to just see what you can do for yourself and for your peace of mind, for your confidence, and for your self-esteem, and just work towards that, because nobody's journeys look the same. Like nobody's insecurities are the same. Nobody's
Right.
ambitions are the same, right? So yeah, it's all about like your story, like about you, and you should make your life about you rather than other people and other people's expectations or opinions. But having said that, it's really hard. But
Yeah.
just take baby steps.
Yeah.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you, Samikshya. Thank you again for joining and coming to my podcast. I really, really appreciate it. And I
Thank you
had
so
a
much. I absolutely love this. With even the idea of it, it was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. And it actually was. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. I don't know
yeah,
how long it has been, but
it's been over an hour. It's been over an hour.
right. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it.
Yeah, and you and I have had never like I think we barely exchanged like 4 words when we were
Right.
back in high
We're just
school,
like
right?
texting each other on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah,
Know each other, but is yeah. But I knew you were always out there, right? We can see each other.
yeah. Of course. I would really like to end this with a few words. I would like to say that I know this is about insecurities and all that.
Mhm.
We feel insecure about like our bodies, I think, every day almost in some way or the other, and we don't realize it. But I think, again, as you said, you just don't have so hard on ourselves. And I've said this many times before. If I have to take today, I mean, these 2 days, weekend, all I've done is like sat on my couch and watched TV.
Right.
And I feel bad about it. You don't have to feel
Mhm.
about wasting time, which is not actually wasting time.
Because it's just you're associating productivity to it.
Yeah, and the extra aspect, extra positive food is in trends or like I
Right.
that can be a different podcast itself. It's like
Uh,
do this, get this, do that. Oh,
exactly
wake up.
कि आफ्नो value नै productivityसँग link गरेको जस्तो कि
If I
for me today was like super slow. I did nothing. I just cooked food, ate, I just like slept. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
hour felt good about myself. You know.
If I want to wake up at like 10 a.m. on a Saturday, I'll wake up at 10 a.m. on a Saturday. I don't
Right.
have to wake up 5 a.m.
Right.
Recently, I've had like, especially my cats have inspired me so much. You know, and I'm सोचिरहेको थिएँ कि like animals and they don't think about productivity. Like,
Right.
why
And
the hell am I thinking about productivity? Like, what the hell? Just the line I think about. I
yeah,
was like,
it's a capitalist concept.
yeah, and like, they just want to do what makes them happy. And if at this
Mhm.
moment I feel happy sitting on my couch watching TV, watching a
Mhm.
show I've watched like 7 times already, so be it. So be
Right.
it. And
You
it's
just have
just,
to let yourself be.
yeah. I mean, be
Learn
responsible, of
how to
course.
let
Like, don't,
yourself be,
yeah.
actually.
be responsible. I'm not saying like don't work and like don't pay your bills. I'm not saying that, but just, I mean, you already recently adopted concept where I wasn't like this, but I'm just like, yeah, whatever, yeah,
Whatever
whatever.
floats
It's
your
okay.
boat.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. It's okay.
Mm.
And I feel insecure about myself every day. I don't know about other people. I'm speaking for myself. I feel insecure about my every day, especially with Instagram. Like, oh my God, she looks good in that dress. Oh my God,
I know.
where are they? Oh my God, how are
It's
they
just so
there?
hard.
But yeah, and I that's the reason why I put all the bad things that happened to me on Instagram as well, because people are not showing you what their life is, and I want to make
Right.
sure I show my vulnerable side. I show that
I appreciate that a lot also.
I've received a
Very
couple of
relatable. Yeah, I think you have a community. Yes.
I have like received a few messages where people have appreciated that, and I think it's important. I know like I'm not asking everyone to show any
Of
like their
course. Yeah.
like privacy, of course, but I've always been like social butterfly for some reason. I don't know. I probably overshare at times, but yeah, it's just how it is. I mean, right now I don't feel bad. I don't feel good about my acne. I don't feel good about my body, but I'm trying, and I
And
that
that's what
doesn't that
matters.
and that doesn't mean I hate myself. You know,
Exactly.
that just means that I'm trying to get at a better place, and that's okay. And that's what this podcast was about. And again, thank you. I'm probably saying more
Thank
than I
you so
should.
much. Thank you for inviting me. It was great.
Thank
I
you,
look forward to it and I enjoyed every bit of it.
thank you so much, Samikshah. And hopefully we can meet in person again someday and chat about
Yeah, sure.
stuff. And yeah,
Yeah.
all right. Have
गर्नु पर्यो
get it?
मौका मिल्यो भने
Yeah,
like
yeah, of course.
arises or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's 11
But
11. All right,
oh,
let's close it at
that's
11
a good
11.
ending. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
All
night.
right. Good night. See you guys in the next one. Hope you all enjoyed this. Bye.
Bye.